And welcome back. And it is the 14th of May, higher plus 5 a day. We've had some really difficult days recently, so I'm very interested to see what comes up today. Now, as we often do, we're starting not too bad, aren't we? So we're starting with, can you graph y equals sine x? And then it wants it between 0 and 360. The way to graph this is to remember the important points of 90, 180, 270 and 360, which thankfully are given to me on the graph. So for sine x, 90 is against 1. Well, actually, let's do this one as well. So I start at 0, 0, 90 against 1, 180 against 0, 270 against minus 1, and 360 against 0. And then I'm going to draw a nice smooth sine curve, i.e. I'm not going to draw a sort of seesaw jagged type edge. It's going to be a nice smooth curve. They won't mind how curvy your curve is as long as it's reasonably okay. What they care about is you hit the magic points of 0, 1 and minus 1. Next question. Shown below are the lines x equals 3, y equals 2, 3y equals 18, okay? Find the area of triangle. Right, we've seen something like this before, haven't we? So I'm going to need the coordinates of A, B and C. Well, B, actually, let's start with A. So A is okay, because A is where x equals 3 and y equals 2 meet each other. So in other words, that is the line, or that is the point 3, 2. B is where, now if I pick the line 3x plus 2y equals 18, B is specifically where x equals 3, because it lies on the x equals 3 line. So therefore, in this above, x equals 3, so that's 9 plus 2y equals 18, which means y equals, well, it's 18 minus 9 divided by 2, which is 9 over 2. So therefore B is equal to, well, it's 3 across, and it's 9 over 2 up. Similarly, to work out the x value, so what I'm going to use, I'm going to change the pen. So for the x value, I know in the equation here that y equals 2, so it's going to be 3x plus 2 times 2, which is 4, is equal to 18, which means that x equals 18 minus 4 is 14, divided by 3 is 14 over 3. So therefore my C, let's go back to red, is equal to, well, it's 14 over 3 is my x value. I know it lines on the line, I know it is on the line y equals 2, so therefore I've got my coordinates. Now, in order to work out the area of a triangle, the area of a triangle is the height, which is AB. So let's write this down. So it's half the height, which is AB. Let's draw a straight line, because technically straight lines mean the length of. So half the length of the height times by AC, which is the base. Right, step by step. So I'm not going to squeeze this in. I'm going to put this over here. So A to B, well, A goes from 3 to 3, but goes from 2 to 9 over 2. So in other words, its length is 9 over 2 minus 2, which is 5 over 2. So let's write this in. So there's going to be a half times 5 over 2. A to C is, well, 3 to 14 over 3 and 2 to 2 in the y values. Only the x values change. So it's going to be 14 over 3 minus 3, which is, well, that's 14 minus 9, which is 5 over 3. It's not easy, by the way. Difficult question, but a good question. Now, let's do all this together. So numerators, 5 times 5 is 25. Denominators, 2 times 2 is 4 times 3 is 12. So my final answer is going to be 25 over 12. Let's do that without crossing the answer out. So 25 over 12. Good question. We've seen one like that before. I think this one was actually slightly better because the numbers weren't quite as easy, but good question. Next question. Okay, so it's asking me to find the set of values, and interesting it says the word set here, doesn't it? So I'm going to use set notation. The set of values of x for which this is true and this is true. So let's do them separately and let's bring them together. So x squared minus 36 is, well, actually, let's just write it straight out, is x minus 6, x plus 6, which means I have this parabola here, whereby this is minus 6, that's 6, and I want all values that are greater than, so therefore the solution here is x is greater than 6, or x is less than minus 6. So far, so good. This one, does it factorize? I think it probably does, doesn't it? I think, again, it's 105, which we've seen before. So this one factorizes down to, it's 15 and 7, isn't it? 15, 7, 30, yeah, 15 and 7. So that's going to be x plus 15, because I want plus 8, x minus 7, which means on my little graph again, I've got minus 15 here and 7 here. And I want all values that are greater, so therefore x is going to be greater than 7, or x is less than minus 15. Well, let's consider the critical values in order. So I've got minus 15, minus 6, 6 and 7. The first one times we want all values that are greater than 6, and the second also all values that are less than minus 6. And the second one times we want all values greater than 7 and all values less than minus 15. So I want all the values whereby both of those things are happening. So actually it's only the second one, isn't it? Because the only cases whereby they all happen is these here. So in other words, the answer is really just the second one. So the answer is x is greater than 7 or x is less than minus 15. Kind of disappointing end to that really. So normally you have to try and combine the two, but either way, question done. Right, final question. PQR is an arc of the circle with center O and radius 3. Tells me another question. PR is a chord. Calculate the area of the segment PQR. Now, depending on where you've got to in your exam, there's going to be two ways of doing this. So you can either use a slightly longer method of working out the triangle and then working out the half the area, or I'm going to do what I'm going to do, which is normally what these questions assume, which is I'm going to do the area of the sector. So that's going to be 40 over 360 times pi times radius, which is 3 squared. And I'm going to take away the area of the triangle, which is a half, AB, which is 3 times 3, sine of the angle in between, which is 40. Now I could just put this whole thing on my calculator, but let's do the steps in between. So if I'd work out this one here, actually strangely that works out to be exactly pi. And if I work out this one here, that's 2.89 something, something, something. So I'm going to write 2.892544. Put that in my calculator, and that gives me 0.24936 fig centimeters squared. So we'll put 3 sig figs, that's what we've used. Not too bad today. Actually, after some very difficult days, it's quite nice to do what I presume is a slightly quicker video. Well, that second question might have taken me a while. As ever, let me know how it went for you. Do like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.